What's up, guys? Teddy Striker here, and Islam Makhachev is probably only gonna fight once this year. And the reason I say that is because he's got technically three lightweight contenders fighting on UFC 300: Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, and Arman Tsarukyan. Two of those guys he's already fought before, but he wants to fight. He wants a fresh matchup. He wants to fight Justin Gaethje. Him and Ali Abdelaziz have been saying that. I'm pretty sure the UFC, maybe it wasn't offered, but there is definitely talks of Islam fighting Charles Oliveira this January, earlier this year, the UFC 297 card, where it wasn't supposed to be Strickland versus Duplessis. Like, they were considering, obviously first it was supposed to be Volkanovski versus Tupuria, but then they moved that back. And then they were also considering Oliveira versus Makhachev. I remember there was rumors going around, but I believe Ali Abdelaziz came out and he called Ariel Hawani out. He was like, stop spreading fake news, even though I don't think it was really fake, but they didn't want that for some reason. Islam and Ali, for some reason they didn't want to fight Oliveira, but they should have taken that fight because now Islam's in a spot where he's probably only going to fight in October. I know the UFC was planning on having a card in Saudi Arabia in June, but nothing has been said about that. Nothing has been announced or confirmed, and they just actually said that it would, in June they're gonna have International Fight Week, so maybe they could do a pay-per-view early in June, but I don't know. I feel like they're probably gonna do two pay-per-views at some other point in another month, because right now they don't really have that many champions available, because a lot of them are planning on fighting once a year, planning on doing champ versus champ matchups, which is just gonna hold up the divisions and limit the use of champions they can use for pay-per-views. And yeah, Islam, I feel Gaethje and Oliveira, if they both win, they're gonna be banged up. I don't think they're gonna be ready to turn around 2 months after UFC 300 to fight in June. To be honest, I don't want to see Leon versus Islam right now. I think Leon still has a couple guys in his weight class, like Bilal Muhammad, like Shafkat Rakhmonov. If Ian Gary gets one more good win, he could be next in there. But yeah, he's going to need to kill his division, so that doesn't make sense. Islam still has contenders too. The only problem is none of them are going to be ready to fight him up until the end of the year, basically, unless... I was thinking about this a bit, but I really don't think the UFC is going to do this. Ilia Topuria moves up to lightweight to take on Islam Makhachev. I really don't think that this is going to happen, but this is one of the only options you got, unless you do Leon versus Islam in June. But the Ilia fight, I feel like the UFC is going to try to build him up, and Islam's got a great style to beat Ilia. I don't think you would just, get in the way of Ilia's star power and his rise right now. I think they're going to do that fight at some other point in time. But another thing about Islam that's pretty interesting is he hasn't fought in the United States, I believe, since February of 2022, because that's when he took on Bobby Green in the UFC Apex, and then he fought Oliveira in October. And it's pretty interesting because Khamzat, the last time he fought in the United States was, I believe, in April 2022. So, still early in the year, before the halfway mark of the year. Both of those guys, that was the last time they fought in the United States. And now there are some rumors that, Khamzat was, he's been with Kadyrov a lot. And he was training some of those, military guys to go to war and, prepare for their war with Ukraine and stuff like that, and due to political reasons he can't fight in the US, and some people say that that's the case for some other top Russian fighters, some of the more popular ones and stuff like that, but I don't know if that's true. It's just pretty interesting how he hasn't fought in outside of that region. He's fought in Australia and he's fought in Abu Dhabi, but he hasn't fought in in the US or Canada or anywhere near this region. But in all honesty, I think that this is pretty tragic that Islam is only fighting once a year. This year he's about to be 33 years old. He's getting closer to that 35-year-old mark where apparently fighters are like that's when they start to decline. And he's already like I believe when he got the belt he was like I think he was like 30 about to turn 31, but he's fought Volkanovski twice and the first time he stayed active right after the Oliveira fight. He fought Volk and then he took some time off because he got damaged and he fought in October. And now like he took no damage in October. He could have fought in January. And now he's not gonna fight potentially up until October, which is crazy. Like that's just basically a whole year of your prime. Like several months that you're wasting and you could have fought Oliveira or like the UFC should have just like made Gaethje versus Islam in June.